Everyone in the village remembered Efe as the woman who waited well. She did not cry loudly, she did not beg, she did not embarrass herself with anger. When Tunde left for the city, promising to return after he settled, Efe nodded and helped him pack. "Go," she said softly. "I will be here." And she was. At first, he called every day, then every week, then only when something reminded him of home. Rain, food, a song he couldn't place. If he never complained, she measured time differently now. By planting seasons, by festivals, by the slow aging of her mother's hand. When people asked if she's still waiting, she smiled. "I am not waiting," she said. "I am living." It sounded true enough. Tunde came back 5 years later, not empty-handed, not broken. He arrived in a hired car, wearing shoes too clean for the dust. He brought gifts, stories, confidence, and a wife. Her name was Shade. She was kind in the careful way strangers are kind, respectful, polite. A woman who understood she was stepping into someone else's unfinished sentence. Efe greeted her warmly. That was what unsettled everyone. "You're welcome," Efe told them both. "You must be tired." She helped unpack. She laughed at Tunde's stories. She congratulated them. No one could say she behaved wrongly. That made it worse. Tunde avoided her eyes at first. Then slowly, inevitably, he stopped avoiding them. They shared glances during meals, lingering pauses during conversation. A familiarity Shade could feel but not name. If he knew Tunde's silences, she knew when he was restless. She knew how to listen without asking. Shade noticed that when her husband laughed freely. If he was usually nearby, it began with small things. Tunde asking Efe's opinion on village matters. Efe reminding him of jokes only they shared. Late conversations that felt harmless because nothing physical happened. "We're just talking," Tunde told himself. Efe never contradicted him. Shade tried to fit herself into the village. She learned greetings, she cooked, she smiled until her cheeks ached. But there was a space she could not enter. The past. Efe lived there comfortably. She remembered Tunde before ambition hardened him, before city life taught him new ways to speak, new ways to dismiss quiet. She loved him best when he was gone, and now that he's back, she refused to lose him again. The night everything shifted. There was no shouting, just honesty. Tunde found Efe sitting outside, shelling granite. "You waited," he said. "I did," she replied. "I didn't ask you to." "You didn't stop me." Silence stretched between them. Then Efe said quietly, "You came back different." "And you didn't," Tunde replied without thinking. She smiled. "That's why you came back." He didn't touch her. That made it feel worse, because what grew between them was not desire. It was permission. Permission to remember, permission to regret, permission to imagine a life that could have been. Shade sensed the shift before she understood it. Her husband grew distant in familiar ways, the way men retreat when they are no longer fully present. His body was home, but his attention wandered. She asked him once, carefully, Do you still love her?" Tunde didn't answer quickly enough. That was answer enough. The village watched quietly. No one interfered. They had seen this before. Love that did not die, only waited. People whispered that Ife was patient, that patience was dangerous. The breaking point came suddenly. Shade fell ill. Nothing dramatic, nothing visible, just exhaustion, loss of appetite, sleeplessness. When the doctor suggested stress, Shade laughed bitterly. Of course, she said, it would be. Tunde sat beside her hospital bed, silent. Ife did not visit. She sent food instead. When Shade returned home, thinner and quieter, she went to Ife's compound alone. I won't fight you, she said calmly. I just need to know. Ife looked at her for a long moment. Then she said something Shade never recovered from. I never took him, Ife said. I simply never let him go. Tunde left the village a second time. This time, he went alone. No promises, no farewell gathering. Shade returned to the city with her family shortly after. People said Ife had won. They were wrong. Ife grew older. She never married, she never left. She became one of those women people respected quietly, from a distance. Sometimes, on certain evenings, she would sit outside and listen to the road, waiting, not for Tunde, but for the version of herself that loved him when he was gone, and destroyed everyone when he returned. Some love does not want to be chosen, it wants to be remembered, and sometimes that is far more dangerous. And until next time, love cautiously.